Hi there, my name is Kimberly Inez Mays, and I want to show you how to build an app in Airtable. So, a couple of weeks ago, I went to a build-a-thon hosted by Airtable, and I'll leave some of the images up so that you can see what that was. But I went to a build-a-thon where we were able to build apps and build different things within Airtable within a specified amount of time. And then there were some people who won money. Yours truly, I did not win the money, but I had some great competition and I learned a lot. And what I want to demonstrate for you today is that a lot of the SaaS applications and software that you already are using are going in the direction of vibe coding. And if you don't know what vibe coding is, I've done content on it before, but it's literally prompting your way to an app. Now, can it make full scale production ready apps that are used at scale? Not quite. Almost, but not quite. But can it make prototypes? Absolutely. Can it make things that you and your small team can use on a regular to get things done? Yes, it can. So, what I'm going to show you today is my method of creating something with an Airtable so that you can see what it might look like for you and your company and your organization. And without further ado, I'm going to give you the scenario that we're going to build together. And just to leave you with some closing thoughts, this is by no means an endorsement of any particular product because you know I'm product agnostic, but I do want to highlight good products that you can use right away because I don't believe in gatekeeping information. I do believe that sharing is caring. And I do believe that once you feel empowered to use a tool and you use it well, you're able to spend your time and money wisely, and then you can get wise assistance or you can make better decisions about who you bring into your company, organization, whatever have you, to help you out once you have that knowledge. So this is what we're going to build together. So we're going to build a volunteer tool. So we're going to do a hands-on demo using their assistant Omni to build a custom volunteer coordination system from scratch. So I'm going to put this in here. So let's see. I'm going to ask it, and I'm doing my little prompt. So showing my screen here. So here says, let's build your app together. So when you first build in Airtable, it's going to ask you if you want to build from scratch or if you want to use Omni or AI to build. So usually I build my tables and everything from scratch because that's what I've been doing for over, I would say, 5 or 6 years now. But let's do this. Build a custom volunteer coordination system from scratch for a small nonprofit in order to track tasks and projects. It should have volunteer details and statuses and assignments for projects and tasks. Yeah, it's not much fun watching somebody else type. Let's see, include, and it's okay if you make typos, it kind of knows. So include charts and graphs. I'm just going to leave it there because it doesn't have to be perfect. So we're just going to see what we get. So now it's going to say thinking and it's going to build something. Okay, we are back. So now it was about maybe 5 minutes of waiting. So I paused the video. And so right now it says, I've created a plan for your volunteer coordination system that will help your nonprofit track projects and task and volunteer information. Does this look right? So it says it will manage volunteer profiles and availability. It will coordinate projects and tasks, and it will track assignments and performance. Sounds good to me, so I'm going to say build it. So this may take some while. I may do another pause just so that I make sure that everything is moving along smoothly in this demo, but you can see that it's building tables. And if I click this little show all, it's building tables. Ooh, that was fast. It's building the tables, it's updating the app, and it's also doing a lot of other things behind the scenes. So this is what Airtable looks like. And I think I've done an Airtable demo once or twice without the AI component. So you may want to go and check that out. I might link to it. But literally, it's creating forms, it's creating the tables, it created the projects in the fields. So I want to tell you how cool this is, right? Because this would have taken me at least a day, if not more. A couple of years ago, I built a tracking system. What I did was I built a tracker, I built the tables, the systems where everything was, orders and things like that. And that took me a very, very long time. So in the span of 10 minutes, I have this complete volunteer coordination system for a local nonprofit. Of course, it's all fictitious, but you can use this immediately with your team. And so right now it says your volunteer coordination system is set up and ready to use. The volunteers table allows coordinators to manage key volunteer details, including contact information, skills, availability status, hours logged, and emergency contacts. Volunteers can register their details through the new volunteer registration form, facilitating a streamlined collection of necessary information. Then it also says the volunteer dashboard provides insights into active volunteers, skills, distribution. So it did all of this, and it was nice enough to give me test data, sample data that I can use to see if it's working or not. So we have our volunteer table, we have our projects table. So here are all the projects, the description, start date, end date, and also goals, status, who's the project lead, and what are the tasks assigned. And then we have a task table, like who's assigned to what. And then I guess the start date or deadline, status, skills required. And we even have a skills table. I did not even ask it for a skills table, but first aid, event planning, fundraising, public speaking. So maybe in your volunteer intake system, and we can look at the forms, it does ask you what skills do you have, and then you can submit this. So this is a new volunteer registration. So look, we have the complete application already set up. So if I click on launch, or I'd have to publish it first. You need to create an interface and publish it first. I'm not going to do that right now, but we can actually look at the interface too. So it has a task management where we can track all of our tasks. This one is using a Kanban board. If you don't know what that is, that's just literally cards. So these are all the tasks assigned to the projects. We actually have a project overview board where you can see all of the number of active projects, task distribution by status, task breakdown. We have volunteer management. We have all of our volunteers here. So if you are in charge of volunteer coordination, this is literally your app in 10 minutes, right? We have volunteer metrics and insights. And then we also have assignment tracking, who is doing what. So literally, if I wanted to, I can delete all of this data and I can create real data with real volunteers, but the underlying infrastructure is already set up. So I think that is so cool. I love it so much. I wasn't anticipating this to be a very long demo, but I wanted to show you exactly the low level of effort it took to actually create something. Let me see. It actually created some automation. So every day at 8 o'clock, it will find all of the assignments and send an email. And this one, when a record is updated, it will send an email to whoever needs to be updated. So you have your complete volunteer coordination system right here. I am not affiliated with Airtable, and I'm not partnered with them in any way, but I do believe that this is phenomenal. This is something that if your business does not have a tracking system, this is something you might want to look into having. Investing in Airtable, I think it's about $20 a month. Don't quote me on that. As the time of this recording, it's about $20 a month per person, but you can absolutely use it for free. Right now, this was built for free. I'm using a free workspace. So literally, if you have a small team, maybe of 2 to 5 people, you can build something that everyone can use together. So I'm going to go ahead and actually publish this interface for a second. So when you publish an interface, it's is public. So let me publish it. So I'm going to publish all of the interfaces. An interface is just another fancy way of seeing data. And what's cool too is that you can chat with your data. So say find task assigned to Sophia Martinez with the highest priority. It's thinking, and then it'll give that to you as well. So this is above and beyond where I started with Airtable. I used to charge a lot, a lot of money to set something like this up. So now it can take care of it automatically. I've built many, many, many custom interfaces and dashboards. I can actually make custom elements. I can actually modify this if I want to. One takeaway or one little like criticism is that I do think that the AI portion of it is a bit slow. So that's why I actually had paused the recording when it was creating the build plan for this app, because that took a very long time. But yeah, it found task assigned to Sophia Martinez. So I've been yapping and talking the whole time because it has been taking taking this long. So I think this retrieval took about maybe 2 minutes, which is a little long for me. And then my other criticism here too is that I can't control, or I don't know which AI model is being used for this generation. If I want to use Claude or OpenAI or something else, I don't really know exactly what it's using. But I think at this point in time, it doesn't matter. It did a very, very good job. So if this is something that you really need really quickly, you can use Omni to build whatever it is that you need or whatever it is that you're looking for. And the point of this is not necessarily to highlight Airtable and Omni, but to really have you thinking about your own use case. Like, what is it in your business that AI can help you with? Whether it is tracking volunteers or looking for grants or doing some research or doing, um, responding to opportunities, or even finding new clients or partners and things like that. What can save you the time, and what can you prompt to get something meaningful to say, oh yeah, this is something that I can do. This has some possibilities. This is something that I can use, and this is something that can be helpful to me. So this was just one example. I hope this was helpful to you. I would like to say it was short and quick, but maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But if you have any questions, anything, you know where to find me. All right. So with that, that's all I got to say about that. If you found this content helpful, please like and share, because sharing is caring. I will be back with more AI demos of other products. But until next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye.